Ladies and gentlemen, good morning. Good morning, beautiful day. September 12th, 2022. September 12th, 2022. Salon people, another day. You see, first of all, before we go any further, Naya, so I just want to take this opportunity on behalf of we all, Naya, but of course, Comrade Cashbox, People's Power, SF Go Rob Mott today. Even we also get the African Express with we this morning, yeah. So of course, we can talk about these electioneering, malpractices where they go on currently in our country, the disastrous effect where you get on the nation, on with democracy, on the rights of the people, and we will indict other organizations them for take critical loads at times like these, especially like the MCC, the Millennium Challenge Corporations, and all these other places. But what for send belated sympathy to we brother. Send this condolence out to brother Imran Toure, or they call brother Imran T. For a lot of Unawe Sabiam, the audio messages them in very give it a historical perspective for break things down and everything. A loss in daddy, even though to them, the daddy lived so long. I think he make a little bit over 100 years. So it's a celebration at a time like this. But still, at the end of the day, we don't lose him. And we just want everybody to understand. So if you don't take a few days, from brother Imran T, that's what it is. Get this burying, family burying, and the family they mourn and they grieve at this time. So we just want everybody to know that. And I'm not saying not talk about them. We just take this chance for talk about them. Put them out there safe at all under no circumstances. I don't say do that, but we just want for let say we deal with them in the family, and we wish them well at a difficult time like this. So that's there. And comrade, I don't know if you want to say anything real quick and cash box and people's power real quick, just quick few seconds, and then we'll continue.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Thank you so much, Ibrahim. Not a man. So we Islam will say Inna Lillahi wa Inna Ilaihi Rajiun, meaning that to God of one do go. And if somebody in part of the still over 100 years, so I'm very nice celebration because now luck for like us to live over 100 years. However, if I'm ready from Imran, not to say that anything, it's still they show the same concern, but for now, not so possible lost in papa or in parents or in loved one. For that moment, they therefore extremely concentrate in being. But the most difficult thing if I to talk about bad governance. Now we post if parents don't die, we need to go sympathize, for go give last respect, just like what happened to as folks. We see it instead of your mother. Just because of bad governance, you may go Imran and same thing, no go because they say they oppose SLP. If you go in life, will be more in danger. So that's the most pathetic thing. Then I forgot for tell you some group them there, when I Limbas, fumble them, then contribute to Satalamin in ongoing project, 310 pounds.
Oh, beautiful.
Tell them thank you on behalf of platform, on behalf of anybody who don't support, one tell them thank you, one tell them say the thing they continue with the encouragement of level contribute more for humanity. I just forget for tell you can spoke self
Oh, beautiful.
Yeah,
Thanks to them.
They're called progressive labor sisters also.
Oh, nice. Kashi, go ahead.
Yeah, comrade, as you just say, some events in their way happen to somebody else. It kind of like bring back memories. Let me think about the hard times them way, we grow up in. You see your parents, they suffer for bring you come home. The bad governance when you mentioned, Brother Imran, I believe like that he don't struggle for pay school fee for him, a very clever man. You can tell like the family where he breed from, no matter how old the pa is, it's still one kind of like go pay that last respect as culture demand. But it's unfortunate because a country where it be say we are not allowed to for criticize. Imagine even like in the UK as we talk right now, even when the Queen died, people openly they criticize. So man, even they protest like openly. Imagine it's not solemn moment, but we can't see somebody when they are alive couldn't criticize them. Just remember say, remember road that your next destination. A gentleman where they sensitize the nation about good governance and all that in the day. If Papa don't die now, he could watch from afar. Remember say, oh, I wish I could do it. Tell the story about me, daddy, but get an opportunity there. It's the same thing. You make I reflect back. 3 years, 2 years ago when my mama died. I just they remember like sometimes like I'll just be like, what? If I ever get the opportunity to go salon, my first place would be like the grave. And these are painful moments. It shouldn't be like this. It shouldn't.
Absolutely.
And this is the reason why we wake up every morning and talk about these things, Ibrahim.
Absolutely, absolutely. Very sad. It's very pathetic, for a nation we call ourselves a democracy. We don't cry about Papa Shekil power for 28 years, But these were the same things Albert Magai do. When they sow the seed, sow the foundation for themselves from Awego, Liberia, turn a refugee to other man country. But anyways, people's power. Quick seconds, shout out to Brother Imran.
Yeah, thank you very much. Inanilawo, the Almighty Allah, tell we say, na in gets the power, forgive and take. Na in don't give you with daddy yesterday, so Imranti. And I think say the life way you daddy give you, na in don't show to the world. Don't tell me say you daddy give you a better life. He give you and education, everything. So Lord, we continue for the pray for the late power we don't die, make the Almighty Allah put on our right hand. And so the Almighty Allah say, na in the give life, na in the come back. So we don't get any question for us, but just like waiting and cash box to say, Imranti, if we don't be around now, if we don't do saloon now, if we don't do for the make sure say arrange the funeral, this and all that kind of stuff they do. But when we get the government will not believe in democracy, a government will not believe in the human and activities the way they happen, a government will not believe in accountability and the rule of law, a government will not believe in process and procedures, a government will not get a human face. So now that kind with a lot of things, but all the same, the Almighty Allah deal with you, and you now one part of the social media activists them we admire so much because you get a lot of history and things the way they tell we will not be born it, we will not be know. They come and explain and things they need to we will make you take out and make you know say na Allah na take back. Thank you very much, and Ibrahim.
Thank you. And I will go on a limb now for say some time, the power we will live for over 100 years now. Every day give Ibrahim all the powerful information there. But go for put and a book over Brother Imran. I hope say the power writes them down somewhere where you have for share with me. But anyways, thank you and stay strong. Wish the family well for we all now. Shano, you want to tell family I do real quick before we open up the conversation for real?
Yeah, thank you very much. I just want to commend you for a good work and also tell family good morning, good afternoon, depending on where they are.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'm just happy for the again. Reviews about what they go on.
Absolutely.
So I just want to commend you. You guys have been doing very well, very great work. I always commend you for this dedication and commitment to what is right and what is good.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And Fambulem, see this is what they do, so waking up this hour for come and conversate with una, getting talk there with una, for continue for educate and sensitize. I listen to the African Express, brother Chenoba, una they follow in program na Facebook and with TNN media. When I try for go to that page there and go look some of them live then they do one very recently where we try for break down all the different registers that we'll get. Of course, the civil register, we get the NEC voters register, we get the housing and census register, we get the professional, register in the country where they line up like all the doctors, all the bankers, all the economists, lawyers, all that stuff, So all the professionals, them, all of those 4 different register them. These are things that way, like I say, not to Boko education, because a lot of man go get all the education, but I don't know if you know the basic things then because not to interest, right? But those are some of the things where the African Express they do, where they open up with eyes. Lots of things to learn now, yeah. So now watching live then I'm thinking that he said take pen and paper, note and down. But of course, why go for start me live way after the summer season go don't come up at me. I go start me live sessions them. Those are all things we'll go for the break up and open again on Facebook and along other platforms them. But some people them what did happen today in our country? We're very sad. 2022, in this 21st century, this particular era, where other countries they are talking about now for letting get nuclear power, nuclear energy, those things before they move lives, before they think about advanced agricultural tools. Now we can see an opportunity. Ukraine, where now they produce the most wheat in the world, one of the countries where they make hundreds of billions of dollars every year just on wheat production. With this now opportunity, now we can see, I know they see all things, and they are not being noticing as Ukraine, that they get the money pan. Wheat production, farming activities. No African country, say, including Sierra Leone, not see the opportunity there. Those are the things for they think about, not for suppress people again for register. Not to for suppress people again for participating in the electioneering process. Not to the incident they for they talk about again. For don't move past this. Come on. You know, brother Chinoba tell me last time again, the live what we do, they talk about the experience under the APC when they even fly am can go to Belgium for go look at a company where get for produce where we produce the voter ID card at the time. You know, communicator point out the fact that when they go register, so now in people's first step, we don't talk about that. Then they take people in picture. So if you don't take person in picture, how do they go for produce? What's they get for use? Is it that they get the existing photos them, but we also get first-time voters them. All of them, they don't take them, they register them, they don't take them photo them, they don't take them picture them. So how do they get for produce this voter ID card? Those are all the things we can't talk about. You know, some people at a time like this, not to that in there, we not for the warrior again, how people get for register, how people get for vote. We for not move past this as a nation. When we talk about independence, you know, we go get independence for govern ourselves, but we cannot even govern ourselves without wait man and not go team up over we head for watch how they register with people them. In this 21st century, not to let you know for they talk about again. What we done the same as LPP, then they're not quiet, then they write letters to the international community, then they tag the attention of the international community. But you get few misguided, you know, sycophants within we, and some of them people where they eat government money. And we get for big exposed some of them in there. We don't receive financing, they don't receive contracting from this government. When they come out, they go tweet, they go talk for say anybody where they tag the US, they tag the EU, they tag the UK. Then people there, then they have bigger mentality. And if they can't save, they don't can do anything better. Now the same people in there where instead of they use local resources for solve the problem, they're all telling they tag the US, then they tag the UK, then they tag the European Union, and then tweet them on Facebook.
Ibrahim not go far. Now Vicky Remo. I need to call him. Why I call Vicky Remo name? Now them been the report to MCT. We na them na for report actually looking happy. We see MC 3 years. Then they pass fight against corruption, and they pass civil liberty. So this person that don't tell me say he nobody ever reports because they know all money then they pay the thief. Now Vicky Remo, now person them they pay for let the report credible report against alone, even they do during the 2012, 2013, 2014 against the SFP.
Absolutely.
This person yeah, he said no but not complain. During if this speaking that in go we been go video then you know they go na then side we say road final. If you go na then video you say go take 50 at road go then they go video we say the guy put na this Vicky Remo is just you know no complain they post on Facebook all the time.
Absolutely. You know, but yeah, my family, so those are the time, these are the times what they talk about. They didn't see how they talk about. Some people will not for the worry again for voter registration. The voter registration for be so smooth. People for the now for the go big people like how we brother share about who for the go big people they say they go to the host them, they go register people who for make the process like how APC do them. APC do them. This MSLPP, they team up, they put their foot down. Now make we say again, the opposition. Where is the opposition? How effective could an opposition be? We see that letter where they try for. We don't talk about as much yet because we're not sure if not from Cheriko could come out. We don't see the letterhead, the press, you know, from the APC as a political party. We just see it right up. People they say not to in right time, not in right time. We don't know yet, but we'll confirm. We'll confirm. We see the letterhead from the party as the leader of the opposition in parliament for the APC. We go take them from there. If we see it on Twitter page, we will take them from there. We'll not say it's legit and not in right time and all of that stuff. Then. But some people then tell them, we're not for the fete again for register, we're not for suppress first time voters them. These are young people. We want to participate now with democracy. That is what the essence of democracy is, making sure that the playing field is level for everybody, including these first time voters. Now we motivate them, now we make or break them for lack within our elections, for lack within a democracy. But let me tell you, SLPP something. These times are different. This is why we get the fourth, the media, this fourth industrial, revolution where it can take place. It don't make no matter what you do, you can never suppress the information that people need for being empowered and be educated. I don't hold the floor too long. We'll not get much time today. But let's bring in Comrade Kocha real quick. Talk to we, Comrade, pass on to Cashbox, pass on to People's Power, and then we'll left the floor for Brother African Express. Go ahead, Comrade.
Thank you so much, Ibrahim. You know, we also look at now, like we say, na revelations. You know, anything we've been on the talk for the past 3-4 years, people will see and say, we will not be for can, we need to support somebody or criticize somebody, we go and criticize them. We will do objective criticism as a platform. Meaning, other than we responsible for the whole account. That let all the talk. So, even if Nigeria could right now, the say we media problem with the first team police restriction, Ibrahim, now the NCRA and the NIN number, we don't become a conditions. And we all know say the entire parliament don't commit to call treason because if them tell we say The speaker say if he even put combat na the constitution, say he don't commit treason, then go tell me say not expunge this thing, enough for be
Comrade,
part of the
na section
don't be not just part of them.
Yeah, section 1088. Now day than the day, you know for touch this constitution without. Go ahead, Comrade. Daddy.
Fine. So if you let me not tell me, then they make one say make expunge them. Now don't say now not you not just did it, but we don't talk conditional for registration.
Yep.
Okay, if you did it, it's fine. Say something first you not get all them here. Landing for be the last one because they part of the law, but you know for a condition now. We don't say now you don't turn down a condition, especially for the first time voters. And one way you talk Ibrahim at the background, where you don't put emphasis on. He say why make that and not make another condition for the first time voters because then first time voters they are not like that they would be 2012 or 2007 or 2002.
Yeah.
Then they are open to reality.
Yeah.
It no matter say they in the south, they in the east, they no say no. And then vote because of me I said to APC. Then they are open to reality. So because you don't see this thing now say it don't know that and that happened to them because of that by election happened at Kenema. When they see the APC votes go in high increase, they don't know say that people don't become aware. So the only thing for doing for suppress the first time voters, when the population of the first time voter, you almost feel like almost the double the last registration, right? So all they do now, that for make a condition. And this parliament, Ibrahim, the opposition, meaning from C4C, the NGC, the APC, especially the APC party, when the government in the waiting, then deliberately set their eyes on this thing, not to make assessment like it's serious. When any perfect the voters they right there, the northwest western area, even at the southeast, although the company they get much from the north and the northwest, and so we throw stone, we said dog them boku. Huawei hala then the storage for the parable to tell you. So
right.
The northwest western area, and then they suffer the pandemic and then the grumble up. Why then when they are the MPs deliberately, I go make and deliberately, then they refuse for call this election to halt, this session to halt. If you wanna say this sort of condition, what you don't do for stopper? If you don't say no the party control, what you don't do as a legislative play for stopper Ibrahim? And the worst of all, no registration will be not the problem. That registration will begin participate for vote for election. And one they see a registration where they not that portion. From 2002 begin take ID card. 2004 for local council ID card. 2007 a new registration. 2008 local council new registration. 2012 new registration. 2012 registration. They make biometric ID card which we talk about today. When they sit down for use for 5 elections there. We go in the make card. In 2017, SLP the resistance say not possible. They start looking peace we are. The resistance we make President Kromawi in the listen to people them is not clear to do fresh registration. Ibrahim, even in do first registration play they move register 3 sides. Then they print 3 ID card. Next they print 3 different ID card for one person for one fees. But now they just go say time will confirm. Anyway, Ibrahim, as you see, will not get much time. This will concern now, not to the registration again, will concern now this area number the entire parliament and NEC don't do the non-commit treason. Because for alter or do anything according to the constitution by the section we don't cause 108, not treason. So everybody will in and bit will not commit treason.
Absolutely, comrade. Thank you very much. Kashi, go ahead.
Thank you. The point we they make now about the first-time voters. These are the people they don't kind of like meet this fourth industrial revolution. They know that they say it is not about me being Team Liba, Fuller or so. It is about waiting good for my life. They don't come to that realization. And waiting with the see, these people they know too well. And this is the point we always they make. Politicians then are Sierra Leone, they want to keep the people at base. They want to keep the people continue for make them be stupid. For make them be left vulnerable. So waiting they happen, they use them, they control them based on we not been there, we not team there. But the first time voters, then they see a little bit beyond their tribes.
Oh yeah.
So waiting in the time for doing that, for stopping them, for make them not vote, because these people, I want to believe 70% of them, even though their parents will try for influence them, 70% will be like, no, Mama, Papa, this is not about me, or TV. This is about me your life, me your future. And we've been talking to these people, Ibrahim, Comrade, People's Power, and Channel. We've been talking to these people, make them see beyond their tribe. Let them see what Salon owns for them.
Absolutely.
Let them see the potential of Salon. And these people don't realize that. So this is the reason why they're making it difficult
and
for them.
Kashi, to that point, that's section 13B. Section 13B make it very clear, say your loyalty shall lie to the state Not so you tribe, your region, you know, every citizen shall cultivate a sense of nationalism. Now, so it affects them.
Yeah.
It don't affect them.
And you can always quote that. And the reality there, Ibrahim, let me tell you, it's just like with Mama and Papa, they're like, so tell me there about like they be there with that thing where they say, oh, you know what, yeah, we did. This now we party. These young people, they say beyond that. They say beyond that. And the government's not so, you know, that's not the problem where I get with salon politicians. They want to keep these people at base. They want to control their lives. You know, they make like these days when we go after the people and they come after we, because they know like this is what they're used to. So these young people that want realistically want better future for themselves.
Oh yeah.
They listen to what they say. So like you know the sense of patriotism, nationalism, and all these things. They know that. They read these things. And they say, you know, why that we contribute with everything where we get and I contribute.
Yeah.
They know that.
Yeah.
They want to make the change. They want to make the difference, Ibrahim. So waiting for they want to suppress them.
Right.
But the question is, this registration, Ibrahim, you know, everybody they come out, hey, the old man, come on, go vote. I listen to Evangelist Samson Human when they talk to people and say, hey, come on for vote for every man get justice. I agree with you, Evangelist Samson, Mrs. Samson, or Mrs. Dubuya. I agree with you. But please, next time, do another audio. Tell the politicians make them stand up for the people make the people get chance for vote. Let them like the NI number. Make them tell the people the NI number waiting Apple, the NCRA. Why are they using them? Please direct your cry. Tell the politicians that you man need justice for many people. Let them give the people access to register. Make them make it easy. Cry to the politicians, not the people. Because Ibrahim, Kano, come with people's power. When they see the willingness, but you know, from the people, they want to register, but they be suppressed. So who's the responsibility for making the people get access? For making the people exercise their rights? Who will get the responsibility, Ibrahim?
Absolutely.
Let's go.
The politicians.
Everybody they tell, oh, come on, but they make it easy for these people. They let the politicians take their place. Maybe for God's sake, this is what we pay them for.
Absolutely.
Let them take their place. Even the politicians where they don't career, they're out of job right now. Let them take their place. I hear say, oh, but so called they struggle for register. The reason being because these politicians, the AACSL don't make it difficult for the people. So the people themselves, they kind of like get frustrated and say, let me sit on our house. People they say, oh, people don't get frustrated. But look, this basic thing away for day in place, the politicians don't want to talk about it. They don't want to make it easy for the people. You saw this is the reason why they say, yeah, we sell out. Ibrahim, I listen to, I don't know if you're a minister, a Kai guy, a video guy, and the therefore say, oh, they talk about to people say, oh, the census, we need to get these people for register so you can match up with the census because the census numbers are there.
Yeah.
These are all the tactics. Almost tell people and say these people go kind of like try to match this registration process with the census.
Absolutely.
And this now that inside SLPP. I will send the video to you. I think the name Kai.
Okay.
I don't know. It was minister around it.
I think economic planning.
Yeah,
now the minister of economic planning we Dr. Francis Kai.
Okay.
Now the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and International Cooperation they all chop down money with regard to the Chancellor building. Minister there.
Okay.
You see trouble. These are only when you listen to this guy they talk say, oh, the census numbers are there, so let me get with people so they go try to publish the numbers of the census. This is exactly what he's saying.
Right.
Can you imagine?
Right.
Anyway, over to you, Brian.
It's sad. You know, people's power. You know, you get a lot of family members, young ones. They don't reach the age, but they turn 18 before June 24, 2023. They want register, they want vote, they are energized. Then they see the hardship, then they see the tangerness. Then they watch film, then they see YouTube, then they see videos, then they see oversee. They want to oversee. They no say they deserve a better life, people's power. But they want for suppress, they not for register. Talk to me, my brother. And then, we'll bring in African Express.
Thank you. Thank you very much. When you did talk about the first-time voters, them of course the day way I go for go do my registration. Of course, check now high witness and he understand he see exactly what's happening on that day. we are go for go do my registration. Of course, my daughter we 18 years by November 2022. Of course, it find am very, very much difficult for make he and he go through the registration process for make he good access the voting come 2023. And I go with birth certificate where he gets. Of course, he don't get that birth certificate. This is 2005 because I born am 2004, 2005. I don't get that birth certificate there. Of course, I go with him and I go with the NPSA result where he visits the NPSA. Also, it bring a problem. I go with and Becker results, the admission notice for Becker also, and I go with in WAS where he sits. Of course, I go with all relevant documents them in document way. Then take them now College of Medicine, of course.
Okay.
About
okay. Yes, okay. So they were scared. They were scared because you don't go college yet, but they were scared results.
We go through all them process then we go through all them process then we bring a lot of documents them one document to another. Finally, we bring the last documents now we go through the registration, the NCRA registration that was last year we didn't get a receipt. They come with them because this no arguments no day again. Absolutely no arguments no day. And the Pekin if we register and we go through a lot. It almost take a week for make it go through that registration day. Now only when a patiently, because you get a lot of people who are not able to go through all that patiently and not get any documents, then they all for bring all in kind of stuff. Then they so a very, very, very difficult. And Ibrahim, let me tell you why this people know why this first time voters then go through all this kind of thing. You remember President Bio come and tell the people of this country, see, any picky where they come up from SS3 for go university, you know, they get nothing for do with form. You know, they buy form, you just they go free at the university, they accept you once you get the requirement and all of them things. Then they a lot of other picking away, they don't pay that 500,000 for buy that form. Then they say then they give phone and give them no way, they don't give phone and give them no nothing. They come and pull the and subsidize where government will subsidize for students them. Now university, he said he will come and introduce the students loan skill, which he never did, you know, ever do. Of course, up to this time where they talk to Nato Ibrahim, Communicator, Cashbox, and Chegnoba, picking them, then they buy form for go university. So all of them picking there, this a lot of them they are first time voters. They don't ever participate in any elections. So them the time where we do the 2018 elections, they be there 17 years, then be there 16 years, then be there 15. So then they come 18 years now. And a lot of them picking there, they know waiting the free quality education don't do to them. They know waiting in the constraint whether they go to now the different schools them, where then they the different universities them. So they want let the government change. They don't want this government at all because the promises them where this government they give to them picking and they don't look at and say, you know what, this is not good for we. And even the picking them, they know the life for them they live. Yesterday, before 2018, they know how their parents them they feed them a house. They know how their mama and their papa them they get money. So within themselves, they know say the home not good now. They know say then daddy and they get money now. Job no day and all of them things then they. So they want to be part of the change. And Ibrahim Congregator and Cashbox and Chegno, we get over 1.5 million picking them where the first time voters them. If them allow them for make them go through this registration, over 1 million of them picking a day, then go vote against the SLPP. Now make this government they make them very, very difficult for make the first time voters them they not go through this and voters registration where they go on because they program the machine them, then deliberately program the machine them for make first time voters them they're not able for access the registration centers them, make them just frustrate them.
Based on what you just say, so if this government went and they boast of the flagship program of the education, surely now therefore glad for register them first time voters there. If they really don't say them first time voters they really enjoy this free education, therefore glad for register them, isn't it?
They not say the free education and Cashbox, the free education are white elephants, not sharp. This free education not the work, absolutely in the work. President Bio and Pekin and then at the British International School, where Amina no more they pay for $130,000. These ministers then Pekin and then at the British International Schools. Then at all the other private schools them where then they pay $20,000, $30,000, $25,000 per year. Then Pekin and only they go this kind of free education. So then no say the free education not the work. Of course, there is a video where Cashbox Yusuf don't see that video there na the southeast happen where the pikin when come they go friend all suicide and they go sit down for make inside water na then the pikin and the teacher them na then they pass for go. This na school where government don't approve, na school where government they budget for every year. Who side them money then they go. So we want still for encourage the first time voters them una come out in numbers, una patients like whether me daughter patient. Una patients go there every day and ensure say make una go through this registration because now only when una go through this registration now una will get a better education. Now una will get quality life, a better life. Now una parents them they go get job. Una parents them go come and take care of una house. Una get a good medical. So una go there and ensure say una go through this registration. And the civil society them una for ensure say everybody, this civil society, everybody, all first time voters, they all for register before they close this and registration. Thank you very much.
Thank you, People's Power. And to all the first-time voters, I want to go download the Constitution. Go look section 13, subsection B, what it tell you. The duty where you get as a citizen. It says, every citizen shall. The word shall. It is a must. So don't disobey the Constitution. Don't disobey the Constitution. Every citizen shall cultivate a sense of nationalism and patriotism. Your loyalty should lie to the state, not to your tribe, not to your region, not to your political party. Una they see how SLPP they misbehave. Una they see the hard time on our parents and they go through. Girl picking them also especially. Una participate in this democracy. My brother Cheno, I can only imagine your disappointment at this time like this, brother Cheno. So come on in. Now here you come, you expose the parliament, you expose the SLPP. You say, hey, when I watch them all, they want for pass. Go ahead. You say when I watch them all, they want for pass this NIN na parliament and all that kind of stuff. Then you call we attention. The world watch, the people watch. We stop them. But Cheno, my brother, look at what is happening now. They still put the NIN and the NACRA as a requirement. So, brother Chenoba, you tell me, if the parliament don't lie to we, and this kind of a constitutional, a blunder will happen. So, it is teasing us for the members of parliament to lie to us for say they not include the NIN and the NACRA, but now people they go register. It is a requirement that they need the NACRA. Talk to me, my brother. Come on in. Cheno, you might be muted.
You know me, I don't have to get you. Cheno, get you. Me, gonna get you.
Yeah, we need to get you, Cheno, exactly. We need to get you.
That's it, we don't lost one. Well, comrade, I tell you what. Why should we wait on Cheno? Go ahead and let's talk.
Thank you, Ibrahim. Like we would continue to say, maybe people understand exactly what's in there ahead of them. Because between 2023 election, Ibrahim will joke so, a decisive moment for Sierra Leone. Absolutely. Either would they change Salone to another to a better, or Salone they go for a worse. Because up till this alone, the worst is yet to happen. Even in a transitive law, not to the worst of Sierra Leone, I tell you, Ibrahim.
Yep.
Everything happen, it gets a reason for happen. Even in a transitive law, you don't cut play and the bonus, not to the worst, not to the worst. What thing happen? So a bad pass that what we become because so that play look, they support people for do bad. People we be saying get responsibility for stop the bad things. Ibrahim. I say the TRC report, if they go deep down, then check about what the parliament may not do. Then for don't know say all these police who they talk about the judiciary, all come up from the bad laws and where they can go to parliament in 1965, which is about my can go. Now they all that thing about so for all get bad policing, bad judiciary, or get bad people in the neck like the next commissioner where they begin go and make a press release they talk say somebody not for you. If you the tell me say not to pick you to go to school. We don't see to us, not to the condition for say 18 years, Ibrahim. So now we remember for go university. We agree. It's possible for that person 17 years in go university, but it's not possible for that person in London now university at the age of 17 years. It's not possible that we won't country as alone in particular. You don't understand it. Now we see say people who they be responsible, they all don't lie to me.
despite what if I saw elections, they win way before polling day, the re-election way before polling day. Polling day, I just forgot now for complete a number of civil long complete. When they see the people, they always say they don't win election. The pattern nothing for election and then got to be, and the opposition to done a parliament. They know the pattern already. They say they continue for full week because they able life away. This 21st century, for tell we say the non-pull the N9 number, the NSI not to condition and life away, the whole world say they say no exposure. We say now you don't become a condition for registration, Ibrahim. And what make a more fearful the way they continue for talk, and I could say this generation now don't live on the fourth estate revolution. Meaning they know exactly what they vote for. They know why would they vote, why would they register. Because they know still they know why they vote, why they register. So the non-title for this is a deliberate action now say law will suppress them, law oppress them so that they no able to get a number with they can, because believe me, Ibrahim, this first time put as them. The motivation we they get for full government and power, for bring the effect Ibrahim, I not ever seen in my lifetime. I not ever see any election one on stage where people grab this time around Ibrahim. The people who they vote, they're not ready for vote. The one that we be saying for access them, they say the only way for full government upon as soon as they see you. Now through election. Well, if the election, I want to make that when I suppress people for register. Because voter suppression, voter suppression they start from the registration. Yeah, this is responsible for voter registration to start. So the voter registration suppression on council, then get focus on the elections. And this don't become so some of them look with the watch beyond what's in your top salon, with the cut in the back and tell people say, this is what they talk so. If I not believe to them man in the part of the election, when I not talk nothing, when I not hold my MPs accountable, when I not call the access and say, why would I lie for you? Why would I tell you say this is the big condition? They don't talk condition. Look the videos, Ibrahim. Each and every one of them, they see them videos here, Ibrahim. They're not blind. They're not deaf. If you blind them, they read it. People they grumble. Videos and audios. We play the post. Who said the poster? Why the MPs them no call now say okay, you know what? Then get all powers for stop for put this thing on hold. Then get all powers for take this neck na court. Then get all powers for call the next commissioner na parliament. Why you commit treason? Because treason is commission. What made this for me a condition, Ibrahim? You can in fact Africa to be specific saloon, you know good. A lot of people who don't pass 20, 30, 40 years, before you say officer at 20 years, the officer at 16 years. A lot of them. We go be an example. So physically, they look at you, you will see peace in the life. So how they will go make a condition? Even now, somebody got birth certificate, where they say that the first thing, birth certificate, they say no, it's not possible. Somebody got ID card, they say not possible. Somebody, Papa, you born go see me picking age, say no, you like now you born the picking, the person picking you don't pass 18, they say no, the picking at 17 years, Ibrahim. Now the biggest form of rigging. How you go to that possible, Papa? How you go to that possible when I take the belly, you know it's more important. All this na part of the voter rigging. The rigging don't start now, don't have the fan long ago.
Part of the thing, imagine like this, the constitution say if you don't get NI number, if you don't get birth certificate, if you don't get other things, them or whatever school certificates and all that, then the chief can actually go with you or member of parliament. Yeah. What they don't do now, they say no, any chief now one person for day, 91. What's getting trouble this now in country? Then people sit by, then they watch. Yeah. They tell when they make the law, so they tell them say now one person for day.
No, what the commissioner say? You know, them are so reckless and statements, but it's deliberate. He say how chief go there. He say he tell picking and day we is a bit of age. So keep the 100% area logo once also. How many picking we pass 50 picking in the area? So I mean born and go up and no them. The time when they born them go them pull out there. Because it forget you know so let's see now from other planets you come out. We all know in that area we put up in the entire area they go to pull out there. So that chief and they don't witness so many picking them pull out, including English idiot useless commissioner. Where is also you want to say the children of the chief the people know the way they have age. You know, because that's the culture of Sierra Leone when pull up in the area. All man they go that.
The reason why they say that when they open garret, they don't talk to people below them.
Absolutely.
And they then feel so because of that, they just not feel say that they associate with the people. So they feel say how they
cash box.
By the way, guys, let's just do a welfare check. It's channel.
Now Popo me come out.
Yeah, come on, let's just do a welfare check.
Popo me come out. Where you know say then for happy.
Yeah.
So just for that person bonus salon we say you know people do we happy in area that the entire area go for the so if that talk to this speaker do them bonus. I would do what you wrong for them.
Exactly. Comrade, welfare check. Chenoba, are you there? Chenoba, are you there?
I don't feel so. It's sinful.
So tell man don't sleep back home. Chino.
No, something happened.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, let's continue. Let's
I
just
don't
do
know.
a check on that no more. No, let's see.
Yeah.
Okay.
So what I say, Ibrahim, we all know, me and you with Castbox, with People's Power, or look Castbox and I born, and you know say if he even this country I kill them born picking the pool is going to the area.
Go back in London. I always ask you this question.
Yes, we'll get some now, we'll get history now. You know, Ibrahim is a culture in Africa. It's a lot to be specific. When they're born picking, the entire area, then they go to Plado. So either they say 3-4 Plado, go and one see Plado and they'll go to one 3-4 Plado. It happens. So that chief will end up over 10 years as chief or 15 years. What thing you they can't deny that chief say, hey no, this panel will tell them 3 pick here. We don't I don't be chief over 10-15 years. Now country, so man don't be promoted chief over 20 years. In terms of when the promoted chief, we don't find them. All the people we them born that 10 day. What make the some party? Hey, this speaker now before we them born them. Ibrahim, you know, all that the condition for re-election. How they go tell say what the chief in entire life we don't in that area Cashbox. I'm angry picking in see where they born from where they make a chief. Nobody again. I'm angry picking who goes in the born for 10 years. Imagine Cashbox not be natural here. How you go tell chief say so the one area I'm angry person able to identify. What to make you chief? So meaning you don't even know it's subject them. So that neck commissioner service, the one who neck only staff is abi. Then you like the trust as neck worker. So you want to do that thing listen. The one who neck now we get so now. The one who neck now only person he like the trust now work on the neck. So not that person we like the trust, right? If you by law, gotta be honest here, Ibrahim.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, great points there, comrade. Cheroba, are you there? If you're there, you probably mute. I don't know.
I don't.
No, you're not mute. I don't know if you can cut this call or you continue the topic. You
Okay.
Call all.
Absolutely. Let me do that. But you know, so the young people, I just want to understand. Say this now an opportunity. We not allow anybody for disenfranchise for making not feel like say for be a part of this process. Guys, we'll hang up on this call, so we'll add Chino back and see. Like call on directly. Let's see what's in the go on. All right. So family, wanna bear with me. We got I guess small technical each night. I like clear that up with Chino back. But yeah, when I bear with me now, guys, I'll try to fix this. Channel, let we get back on the WhatsApp call. I don't call you for join now.
Yes.
Okay. Yes. Look, hang up on this one. Look, go back on the WhatsApp call. I'll be time for bringing you in and say something. You sleep off. Good. All right, so we don't get Cheno Bar of the African Express. Brother Cheno, like I was saying earlier, before I bring you in, but I lost you. I say express your disappointment because now you come out now, you tell me about the fact that you expose this parliament, you expose the SLPP, the plot where they become with, for include NIN and NACRA registration just for suppress with voters them. Now the first-time voters, more particularly, and every Sierra Leonean is affected by this whole thing. And the members of parliament look like they don't lie to we. China, is it possible that during the protest was when the Indian guy go back to parliament and go include this NIN into the law? Because I don't know if you don't see an updated copy of the Elections Laws Act where they pass, where they say, well, we're not to include the NIN and NACRA. Have you seen the new one? So sometimes we need to see this new documentation here for able to understand. See, these members of parliament don't lie upon the people. They don't commit treason because they lie away, first of all, tamper with the constitution without the consent of the people, and they lie to we. Talk to me, my brother. Look at what is happening now. Disenfranchising the young people in Sierra Leone and stuff for register in a democracy. Talk to me.
Yeah, thank you very much for that very question. I think that the most important question that in this whole conversation, if we remember way back when we go around June, this have been June 20, when we noticed, say, Parliament one law, and we tell them, I say that law, the law not got no intention other than for introduce what we call the NIN and for bring NCRA NACRA into the registration, voter registration. We say that law day, if they pass that law day, plenty of the people then we did that Freetown, now McKinney, Port Loko, basically all the one that did not Northwest and Freetown go find and difficult for register. We say the law not get anything where they do. The law one for give Mother Bill second time. Now the only way that the Mother Bill go tiff the election. It need the law for do that because you know they organize the election without a law we govern how the election will happen. So as with the country election, so the honorable member then a parliament, the parliamentarian then in the opposition and the ruling party decide say they want for give Mother Bill second time. And when they give Mother Bill second time, they need a law for do that. Now they will catch them with that law, they will bring out a door, we call Una. If I remember, we all maybe they call send message and call member of parliament. The honorable area and the constituency tell us you know want the law. Okay. Then she said we will pass the law again. For the first time we see parliament sit down and drag foot on one bill for 2 months. Almost 2 months. Because at July 27, 28, then finally they can say then they will pass the law again. But what happened since then? When I see this, the areas that will be telling us say if the law pass, that the areas and they that didn't go stop people for vote. Now the people really didn't go for vote. What happened August 8 to 10? We begin to see preparation for protesting. The protests happen. The very areas who side this voter suppression will be anticipate say the law will target. Now they protest happen. Now they police begin arrest. Now they police begin run after people then. Then now, fast forward, even between the 8th to the 10th of August, even I remember, where they say sit at home before people then come out for the protest, the members of parliament they still go to parliament. In fact, on the 10th of August, that very morning, now they then be tell we say that they go pass a law in a parliament, then they try for amend the constitution for passing and call a PPRC Act. So since then, parliamentarian, but the key thing I have to answer your question, Ibrahim, parliamentarian them tell we say the NIN, the NCRA, all them TR don't come out, all the bad things don't come out inside the law. But now what we experience, in the beginning of this registration, if we look, you find out that people in Afrito, Cambia, Lunsar, McKinney, like that. All the side will be suspect say or will be see say that they registration will be difficult and they don't experience the difficulty. Now, there are two things here. Now either it be say number one, either it be say the members of parliament lie to the people of Sierra Leone, then pass the NCRA law, they not tell people them. And if they do that one day, which we believe say they tell we say they not do them. If they do that and we watch them they not go through the procedure for amend the constitution because you know we will pass the law there, make NIN and NACRA part of the electoral process if it be say don't change the law.
Right.
So if Parliament change that law without following the procedure, it will take way back to what you been say. Say Parliament, they try to commit treason. They try to overthrow the constitution. But now, if Parliament tell we say, like how they tell we say they don't pass law, that means say the ECSL, the Electoral Commission, they never organize the election in an illegal way. Because the only law we get, who will not say they, right now, will be used for organized election are the Public Elections Act of 2012. So if we take the Public Elections Bill, we then turn it to Public Elections Act of 2022, according to what the members of parliament tell we, including the Speaker of Parliament, say when they pass them into law, and now we don't even know whether the president will sign them or not, no such thing as NIN they inside. No such thing as bringing NCRA as part of the registration. So this don't clearly tell we say both Parliament and the ECSL, they owe the people of Sierra Leone a real explanation. One, Parliament need for tell we why then keep quiet and remain silent up to now, where NCRA and ECSL don't join hand for organized election. Number one, where they no say no law, no support that. Two, no law no allow the National Electoral Commission or Electoral Commission of Sierra Leone for ask people them for national identification number or for use national identification number or the civil register as a basis for the creation of an electoral register. So if that action day alone, it means the ECSL, the Electoral Commission, and all the people that work under the Electoral Commission who do registration right now, they don't violate the Constitution and the responsibility of members of Parliament for call them into order. Why do not do that? It simply means the members of Parliament don't allow the Electoral Commission, the parliamentarian and the government, they don't come together for allow the Electoral Commission for suppress voters and mostly that the areas will be telling now, the opposition strongholds, western area, northwest region, and across the parts of the north, especially Southern Sina, where registration take place. We see virtually no registration center, no day. Now the entire Freetown, the entire northwest region, put local area, Tego to Lunsan, Tego na Makeni, and up them village they will say registration not start. We not experience difficulty. In fact, some registration centers and the first 2-3 days and they will register one person. And this is because money not there for the computers and for register people though. Now the fact that even where they don't take over $8.5 million to $10 million, we don't see them withdraw from the Bank of Saloon in the name of buying computers. We don't get any evidence that such computers and they don't deliver them. But that's a different conversation. But for come to the question here, that the fact that the NIN will be protest against, will be calling up for ask members of Parliament for me not pass them in the ECSL they are used for carry out registration. Then don't also decide for take not just the civil register, but even the machines, the computers of NACRA, go with them out for carry out this registration. And we join the civil registration and electoral registration together. You don't basically turn the National Civil Registration Authority in a separate institution where they're under the Ministry of Internal Affairs with the Electoral Commission as one institution. And we know the reason why. The reason that I already don't talk about this separately, that the fact that the Electoral Commission is under the instruction where you look at the register, then get on a specific instruction, not for open up registration and allow Sierra Leoneans for register. Registration not a crisis, not for be fed. In the past, now we the big people that can register. Now people that don't come for register. Why would I stop them for register? Now simply because Madam don't know say, we'll get a second term in a free and fair election. We will win the election in a free and fair way. We tell you now say the two basic ways the way to plan for rig the election or thief the election, that through voter suppression and candidate exclusion. Voter suppression, that the use of law for prevent people for register and prevent them from participating in the election, for making them vote or vote in the election, especially when you believe they're going to vote against you.
Exactly.
So I just want to say, we don't see that one day. Candidate exclusion, the way they use the court for prevent other candidates, the way say they can contest or then compete and go beat you by an election. You either give them case or you say they're not qualified for vote. I would say this government get both strategies in stock. One, when I just look the opposition within a court, when I look at, for example, Samura Kamara Day under a court trial for a case that has nothing to do with him. We don't talk about that. Then a part of the government, the own effort for stifle a candidate that they fear from contesting. And this is also in agreement or with the acceptance of the opposition, members of parliament, some of whom we don't already talk and get their own presidential ambition. So they're happy for see members, the young supporters excluded from registering, and the young members being harassed by the government through the use of the court and the use of law and use of institutions will suppress and exclude people from participating in the election simply because if Madabio gets second term, that the only way that your intention for be president after Madabio will be fulfilled. So we don't talk about this. We just want for Kano for tell and say, if you remember everything we don't talk from June 20 to now, that the find out and waiting exactly will be warned against, then they happen. They will still continue for calling attention to the fact that the government no want a free and fair election. They don't want plenty of for vote. Especially the one that now Freetown, McKinney, and other places where they know say in the young calculation go likely vote against them. Then I want. Secondly, they still get the plan for use the court and the law for exclude other opposition people enough able to participate so that they will not talk about matter be one for choose whether they vote at the election, you want to choose whether will compete and contest against in the election. You want to impose for the opposition in your candidate, then you want to determine who's voter there among the Saluna citizens who qualify for vote, go able vote. That this whole fact day about. When I don't see now, which them, if I remember when in a lifetime from 1996 to now, when I don't see registration turn wahala. Registration turn wahala. For register, people in a problem. People in the turnout for register, not because they don't want to know for vote. Law said a matter of must. They're supposed to register each and every Salonia we don't qualify for vote. So the members of parliament, if they're serious about this, they will convene a meeting of parliament, section 86, subsection 2 of the constitution, give them the power. It's a 20% of all members of parliament get the power for demands a meeting of parliament should be held. And APC alone get over 20%. If you combine APC, NGC, and C4C, if really they're ready for TNAP for men to get democratic and free and fair election, they get the power for do it. They get the power for take ECSL a court. They get the power for hold joint press conference for highlight all of the problems and the constitutional violations. But their silence and their small statement in the pool are because they just want make ECSL do what they do so for pretend say they have no inside. The Electoral Commission again cannot conduct election without a law. So as far as because I'm looking at ECSL and the brazen thing, they get outside the mass. It is possible that Parliament actually just lie to we until we say them they not put the NIN and the NCRA, but it's in the law. If you know that the law, ECSL not get mine for do what they do so without parliamentary scrutiny. That make parliamentarian they vex by we, then they harass we, then they curse we, and they tell them about me could not listen to we and make could join them for even insult people and but all which they demand now, the people of Salon get the right for vote, then get the right for register, then get the right for choose for themselves, would have for represent them. That's we own demand. That's what we try to call for. So I just want to remind people and that and say we don't enter into this problem simply because the members of parliament don't agree for do what would have been told them for do. That call would have been called. Then there's the watch about Bundu. Then wait till when I don't forget, they make Kukujumuku business, they don't allow Electoral Commission for do what they do so. When I look at the Nambara way people in the face now. Now if you never for register, if you for register now wahala. For vote now, how you go for vote? But that question they will not ask myself. When I ask members of parliament again, why they not feel offended by this thing? And not the member of parliament who can talk say, okay, we will not talk say I don't go now center 004 for go register. They don't more now, I don't give them a problem. So member of parliament when they say talk, you say can talk say then hey somebody go register at center 404. They don't agree make it register. No, not that kind of talk they ask you for talk. Then they call on you for talk.
That's the most shameful thing. That's the most shameful thing you can ever hear from a member of parliament. These are lawmakers. These are people that will get the right for call on the ECSL, but yet still like they serve the part of the complaining team. Ridiculous.
So that way they tell like for example APC supporters or APC people the way they support them members of parliament for dishonest reasons because they serve the part of this politics of betrayal. Hidden flag bearer ambition for support small politicians there. If you want to be president, there's nothing wrong with that. If the members of parliament get want their own parliamentary leader and the APC for be the next flag bearer, let them come out and say that this now candidate. They not for hide behind the government and use the government, make the government use them for disable opposition at the country and try to prevent supporters of the opposition from registering or being able to compete in an election. You know they be president by Connie Rabbit. You know go be party leader by betrayal, by backstabbing. What is wrong with these people? So this Connie Rabbit politics and betrayal and backstabbing, they don't get me all to this point. Now that these people, for their own selfishness and their selfish desire for lead and for being ahead, they not care if the country go into crisis and conflict. And this will be won against. We say members of parliament, they try for commit treason. They try for peace power constitution. They try for trample upon the constitution. And now what you don't see now, the National Electoral Commission of Sierra Leone, as they want to call themselves, they carry out voter registration without, in complete violation of the constitution. Basically, it's either the parliament, and parliament is silent, they are all complicit in these constitutional violations. Now, we don't talk about that. What are we getting from parliament? What are we getting from these individuals who are responsible for this situation? Let me find out, say, many of the people here don't even want made the supporters they register. We don't talk about. We even get evidence of people, opposition people, in the diaspora, in places like New Jersey, in places like Virginia, and other places. They tell their supporters and say they're not for register, they're not for travel go salon for register, because they tell them say if you go register, they go arrest you. So they create this climate of fear, climate of repression, so that supporters of the opposition or people who have to vote against Madabio go free for them for go register. Now Salone and try to do that. But you see when registration started, surprise for see hundreds and hundreds of people they come out. And we will continue to encourage them to come out. Right now, we don't work that for impress upon the citizens of Sierra Leone and friends of Sierra Leone for able for tell them why I say they get an obligation. Now a right, now by force, they're supposed for register everybody, allow everybody to qualify for register. Not a good that they do, not a charity. When I know they can tell them why I say, maybe when I go register, maybe give them a cup ball go. No, when I tell them, say, make them allow una for choose for themselves the leader who they want. They don't want to do it. And the first thing is at the history of the country, when say, Salomon and Oribo, wait, go get 10,000, they go to vote for me. This is the first time they see old mommy there now, old pa there, then granny there now, grandpa there, they see young man there, they see middle-aged people there, all man come on for go out, for go register, for vote. Just like say, like how we go to line today for receive bulk of supply during wartime. So, then I will tell you, say, with people then, the discussions who they get, they can reach the people there. And that makes it try to undermine with an effort for go for discourage you now. When I not discourage you, another 5 years of mother bill, now hell. When I go for tower and make sure say peacefully, when I go to that, we say any problem when I encounter, when I make we know no more, we'll post out, we'll make sure say the whole world knows say the problem they happen. If the government don't want democratic elections, the opposition people that we want for help, they don't want for make them get free and fair election. Make them just talk and say they want me mother bill for continue. Then nowadays we know say no to democracy will go na criminocracy, a criminal government in power. Criminocracy. Then we get. So but you don't go say that democracy, you know why election. What's wrong with these people? So basically me that I want for just come re-emphasize and re-echo and thank Una Ibrahim and the rest of the team for their dedicated work. What did not happen so don't show say you guys have been talking about the correct thing. Why don't they fight the real fight all this while? This is the real fight. The way for ensure that every Sierra Leonean is registered. You know, see when they talk about MTR, from the table we begin show say the parliamentarian will pass law way for prevention for register. Not to cost them, they cost we. Now we say they don't end up. Ordinary people, citizens of Sierra Leone are trying to register. Electoral Commission, they say no, they're not for register. They create all kind of problem. Either they say computer or they begin, we don't see video there where you come for register for they go write your name on one small book. Then take that book there, they begin type and small. That all have to slow down registration. Slow down registration, especially the area outside I believe say the people who they for vote against them. So You know something that happened at Smile area, Dwazak area, the centers that day. Then people and they don't go see. They wake up number one morning, they see presidential guards. They can't let go tear gas in a prison. They fire there inside it. They try to kill prisoner there. They don't see that. They let happen live in front of them. You expect say voters the way they are already and if they allow them maybe for vote, they go vote for Madabio. No, they don't go do that. If they allow them for vote, they go choose a government will go give them peace. We don't go wake them up in the morning with tear gas and bullet and killing. They still remember that. So you don't expect the people that get at Tumbo for register for go vote for Madabio. You don't expect Lonsar and other people that are McKinney and kill for generator for do that. Let them make a try for make sure say all the way are not registered. And all the people that were affected by this, badly affected, the whole country affected, but people that were more affected. The one that were more affected, we don't witness. Kuru one, the violence of Madabio, the violence of the government. We don't see the silence of the opposition. The opposition will tell you say they bulldoze them. Now I tell me about. Now we not bulldoze the people that would lie, or now I don't join together with Madabio and electoral commission for bulldoze the people that may not register. Now that don't come on and do now. So they would have been the talk say when I don't want NI, when I don't want NACRA, when I don't pull an loan, I will take praise. Why would I don't hide now? When I don't go hide in a corner. The only people that we don't register, we don't get problem. We don't praise the registration. Now the members of parliament in the opposition, the politicians that were connected to the government, we then go register and come out and do now tweet for praise the process. And so when I go register, we then know say for now ordinary people and go register. We don't go for register. Now we don't put fire behind them. Now we don't grumble, we don't send the video there. We don't look no more. Where the registration they happen, hardly you see the live that television, SLBC or AYVO, fuck all they know the show, including some of the social media people there. Now we have in the struggle for get again videos, live videos of the registration up to now as they go along. They even attack me for that. Attack with social media pages for that. Because they don't want me the world see say registration don't even happen as alone. Now voter suppression they go on. The word voter suppression, now we tell you that this platform that they will force user who say the Parliament of Sierra Leone, members of Parliament, don't decide together with the ruling party for giving Madabio second term because they plan for introduce a voter suppression law, a law that will suppress voters. Thank God now everybody they use the word voter suppression. You see, the civic education is going down. Progress has been made. We have to make sure that each and every qualified Sierra Leonean is registered. When the members of parliament, whether they, most of them, we're on the part of this bargain for giving Madabio second term because they get a young hidden flag bearer. Now then they vex who will they say for register. Then they vex so. And we say we don't decide say no matter how they vex they, we will continue for talk the truth. We will continue for tell you now come on, register, tawa, register. Peaceful one. I don't need for slap nobody. I don't need for offense nobody. Offense not for them and this. If Madabio believes say yes, in a true leader, he do very, very well. The opposition, let's say believe say they want for give a second time. Say they're a good leader. May they allow the people for register. If Madabio don't walk past Aris Kuruma, he don't walk past Tijan Kaba, he don't walk past Jess Momo, he don't walk past Sheikh Steven, he don't walk past Albert Magai, Milton Magai. Why the Fred election? Why the try for make difficulty tell the electoral commission for me to not register people in Africa and most of the side away no say in policeman and in soldier man they don't kill people there. Why? Now because you know say if they make free and fair election, he will lose flat one. And definitely that free and fair election now we agree say we all for do.
Absolutely. Can I give 5 minutes, yeah?
Vote.
Yeah, 6:45 low round up, yeah.
I would have come out and register. We are not discouraged. We will continue any small difficulty again. We are reporter to we. We send the reporter with the highlighter. We go send and go all side make the world see. Say they don't want democracy. That criminocracy they want. And for make sure say democracy they for win. Not a criminal government for win. Democracy, the power of the people, the will of the people, the desire of the people, the aspiration of the people is supposed to happen. The constitution supposed to be respected. Members of parliament, they get the obligation to protect the constitution, protect the democracy, protect the constitutional rights, especially the political rights of Sierra Leoneans. They still own the answer why then they allow these illegalities, constitutional violations to go ahead. Why did they allow this treasonable act? That they force me one make the treason a parliament in front of we. They not do it. We watch them say and we say no, then they do them again. Now the coup that we want to do in a parliament against democracy, that coup they then they go on so. If not they force start in a parliament, we catch them. Now they don't hide, they don't allow the electoral commission to go and do the coup for them. They're all guilty of this coup, yeah. They know what we could talk about. We are going to begin calling the members of parliament, calling a parliamentary leader. We are going to call all the parliamentary leaders of the NGCO, the C4CO, the APCO, and all the members of parliament, including the opposition people that are going there outside of parliament. We want free and fair election. We ask them why did they allow this gross constitutional violation? Why would not tell them, say, the electoral commission don't withdraw over $8.5 million to $10 million for buy computer? They will not see the computer there. They even buy a generator. They're supposed to buy a generator there. They take over $1.2 million with under for buy generator, no more portable solar power generator. Over 1,800 with for buy. They no buyer, we not see her. Some of the generator, some of the computer, they tell us, light no day. Now area people then, and they go rent generator. Area people they don't see video there of area man there, area woman there. Now they contribute ususu for buy fear for generator. So because they want to make the generator come on, so that the computer they will come on. Even that they don't even for register. We're not afraid. Which kind of politician is this? That is a car-free business. This. So this satanic approach to power, this politics of betrayal, politics of evil doers, we need for rethink a little bit because it's not going to take anywhere. Now, no matter how we do, we will definitely highlight these situations and problems to the people and the world for see, because we're not going to allow dictatorship for thrive in darkness. It's impossible. If we don't want democracy, we don't want a criminal entity, we don't want a criminocracy, we will tell the world, make the world know. So nowadays, them international partners who can bluff with, they're going to say, not people left for deal with the world. They don't like for so. Then make we see. But Sierra Leoneans should not be discouraged. We never win this fight here. We never win this campaign. Absolutely. If we not be the win this campaign, we never reach to now. They can organize. You know, kind of power through ballot box. They want for remain a power through violence. No. Organize the election.
Absolutely.
Not anything people I tell you. Organize election. The election should be organized. Not only organize election, organize free and fair election.
Yep.
Organize democratic election as required by the law.
Yeah.
The national and international law, international standards. That is all we're asking.
Absolutely.
Why are you afraid of election?
Yep. Okay. Thank you, General. Very powerful and salient point. Family only 1 hour 12 minutes, and I think say we go left an hour. I know say a lot of you guys when they read the same things again and again, but we're gonna keep repeating these things because this is the fate we'll get for save with democracy. We get for repeating here until every Sierra Leonean able to talk about these things freely in an open democratic state. You know, we want a country where people be free to express themselves. Now I make America advance. Now I make Europe advance. You take England, all these countries, they advance because they allow people to participate very freely without no intimidation in the democratic process. Because don't forget what is the meaning of democracy? It is the power of the people, for the people, and by the people. Again, when you go to the Constitution, Section 5 makes it very clear. It says sovereignty belongs to the people. The government derives its authority, its legitimacy, and its power from the people. So now, only the people get the power. So it's about you. But when you get a government we calm, we feel say they get power past the people, now in this now they see so. Now they make them they kill people out they want, arrest people out they want, publicly assassinate people out they want, murder citizens them for their right to then stand up. That is why we get this kind of government. And when we pull this government, we should ensure that prosecutions are part of what should happen at our country today, because we don't want that what happened at Rwanda happen again at Sierra Leone. And every one of you guys, I want to know, say you guys are leaders. When I already listen to this, you share this. You're taking a step for inspire somebody else. You are a leader. And what we look for today in Sierra Leone, we want leaders. Not to politicians we look for anymore. What we get now are politicians, but we want leaders them, because everybody not a politician. No, everybody should be a leader instead of being a politician. When you become a leader, you care about the people. But politicians, what they care about is themselves, the next vote, the next election, how for suppress people, not for register, how for vote. That is what we get delicate today. They don't tie, they didn't cahoots, with themselves for make sure say they disenfranchise when I vote them. So every young person will listen to this message today. I want you to be energized. I want you to say now your democratic right, it is protected by institutions across the world. The MCC, that is what they are there for. In the Hifa to Sierra Leone, that is what she is there for protecting our civil liberties and our democratic rights. So we wait for see the reports of the MCC in the next dispensation for see what they for talk about all of these things. Yeah, we know say they don't flout the system. The system is rotten, but we continue for stand up and speak up. Some people will go left and we will come back to another day for continuous conversation.
Just before you end, you talked about being a leader. It is not just about like saying that Unamina the boss. For instance, the parliamentarians that they are subject to us and we are their leaders. And to take leadership, it's also like knowing your right and exercising that right as well. So we all have to lead by example. It's not just saying that, oh, Namina the boss. No, the parliamentarians are answerable to us and we are leaders, act like one and make sure say you exercise your right as a leader in the country.
Right, and in that segment again, Cash, you can get bossed the way not to leaders. So ultimately, what do they look for in the leaders? Leaders, they allow the people. Listen, John Quincy Adams make them very clear. He say if you're not inspired, it's or what you do, if what you say or your actions inspire others to learn more, to do more, to want more, you are a leader. And that is what you should be. Inspire others by your actions, what you do. Now they make you a leader. So that some boss not a leader. They're very autocratic. They want them weigh everything that they weigh. Then they listen to your opinions. That is what we have. We get them boss man then at the government right now. We feel see that they're the boss man, but they're not bosses. Now one of the people and one of the leaders them that are country. But anyways, okay. We'll left Fanaya. Thank you everybody. And we'll come to back tomorrow. And we'll share. Thank you. And una know what for do because we don't want to be distracted with we audios them for they go after people. Like, una know what for do na them forums them with the audio there. Una know how una for take care of people them and una for a spouse we've used to others now and educate them and bring them come in and tell them say this is not about political party. This is about Sierra Leone. Yeah, this is not about a tribe. This is not about a region. This is about Sierra Leone. Not about the allegiance to a member of parliament or a certain person. This is about Sierra Leone. And when I educate them we don't need for the come again can talk to certain people. Yeah. All right. Bye bye everybody. We'll left on air. And I don't know if Cheroba talked about, the fact that we know see there's a lot of efforts by the, Wogo left and the attacks, the hacks and all that stuff. Then they will watch them, will pay attention closely. We will take care of that. We know the destinations, we know the sources. We can find out and we go make sure say we take appropriate actions with the security personnel then we're concerned. All right, everybody. Bye-bye.